Good morning. Another video as promised. Coach Manny, Strong Arm Training. Glad to do this today to help our seniors. This is a senior workout. Lower body, we're going to focus on just the legs. We've done an upper body portion, so look out for that one. And let's get started. Let's go. Again, this is for our beginners. So later on down the line, look forward to the other videos got coming out to approach the more intense type leg workouts and upper body workouts. But for now, we're going to stick to just beginning and getting started because the hardest part is just getting started. So here's some few simple ones to do while you're at home, at the gym, or just on your leisure at work and you want to do a few things, okay? So we'll run through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 workouts today. We're going to be using the good old painted chair because hard work pays off. And we're going to get started. Okay, let's go. So we're going to start off by always make sure you're stretching. I'm going to show a few stretches just before, and you want to stretch after too. Okay, so there's one before, especially the quadricep, which is in the front of the leg. So right here on top. A good one to do in the chair if you can. If you're flexible enough, just let your leg go and come back here and stretch. Okay, count 10 to 12 seconds. If you feel pain, make sure you stop and reset. Okay, always before any exercise, make sure you drink 6 to 8 ounces before, during, and after. Okay, hydrated muscles work a lot better. Hydrated and oxygenated muscles work a lot better than just working out and thinking the water weight is going to affect you. Okay, so always make sure you do that. Drinking water. Make sure you're staying on top of that because it's highly important, especially if you have an enclosed space and you're going to be sweating a lot as such. Okay, so do each leg again, 10 to 12 seconds from there. Now, so there's also another one. You want to make sure you extend your leg all the way down. Let me change the camera so you can see. Okay, you're not going to see my face. That's okay. All right, so you see my knee is straight, it's not bent, it's not all the way locked, it's just straight at an angle, my toe is pointing up, and you're gonna take this same side hand and reach for that toe, okay? So, and you're also gonna count. If you feel unstable, make sure you're grabbing that chair with the other hand. So here, down here, and then you count, you should feel a stretch all the way through your calf, all the way into your hamstring, okay, into the glute. Same thing for the other side. Switch down and count 10 to 12 seconds. Opposite side hand holds the chair, okay? Now, another type of stretch that gets the same muscle group, also the shoulder, is the same side hand is going to reach for the chair. Opposite hand reaches for your toes, okay? And you'll count, again, 10 to 12 seconds, okay? All right, adjust the camera back up so you can see me. That's a good leg stretch before you get started. Okay, so now we're going to do what we call our knee ups. That's just lifting your legs each side. So always make sure when you're working out as a senior, we always want to work on posture. Good posture brings great results, okay? So you want to sit up nice and tall in your chair, as tall as you can. And again, the arms on the side, chairs with arms on the side are a little restrictive, so you won't be able to move freely. So I advise you to get chairs that don't have arms on the side, just because it'll be a little bit more of a good workout. Okay? All right, good. Here we go. Okay, so knee ups are here, sitting nice and tall. Always make sure your head is facing forward. Okay, head is up, chest poking out. Then ensure that you're keeping your back as straight as possible. And then you want to just lift each leg. So 1, 2, and make sure you're keeping your core tight. That's where most of your power comes from. Okay, so core is tight, chest is poking out, and head is straight up. Okay, so you go 1, 2, and then so on and so forth. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way to 10. So 10 repetitions there, okay? Again, all you beginners, this is just 10 repetitions, okay? 3 sets, 10 times, all right? Okay, next up, we're gonna work on the ab, okay? Abduction, so here, and those of you who are in that advanced, you can put a resistance band right above the knees, so you get a bit more on when you go out to move them hips for them flexors, okay, them hip flexors, okay? It's a tough one, okay? If you can, right, always sit nice and tall, chest poking out, okay, grab the side of your chair and move both legs out just like this, okay? Now, if that's too hard for you, put your hands here and bring back in, walk the leg out, okay? So the goal is to work on flexibility. It's always important to have a good flexible portion in your lower part of your body. That way you can really adapt to different things like taking hikes, walking up steps, walking further distances. It's good to really work those hips out. So me, I'm comfortable out here, putting my hands here, and then I'm gonna move out and back in, move out, back in. So again, keep that core tight, out, in. This is also gonna work the lower back, out, in. So let's do 10 times. And then after that, you're gonna rest, okay? Always between each workout, make sure, so after the knee-ups, you would rest at least a minute, depending on your physical activity level. If not, then if you're really good and physically active, then rest about 30 seconds in between. So these are the knee-ups, and then once I'm done, I'll rest for 30 seconds. If it helps, count out loud. Always make sure during your exercise, figure out what the best way is for you to breathe. So, for example, I'm going to do the hip adductors again. So, I'm going to breathe out, in, out, in. Okay? Make sure you're keeping in line with your breathing. Really important for our seniors to understand that because we want to keep you around. All right? You guys do amazing work with us. Okay, so now that we've done the hip adductors, now we're going to go to the leg extensions. So what that looks like is here. So you're just kicking the leg out, okay? Here, let me adjust the camera so you can see a little bit better. Okay, so here, you're going to kick straight out and up. Okay, make sure you're not going here, not like a karate kick. Alright, we want to do regular leg extensions here. So 1, 2, so on and so forth. Then you switch all the way to 10 and 2. Okay? So you're going to do that 10 each leg. Not 1, 2, 3. You're going to go 10 each leg. 1, 2, 3, and so on and so forth. Okay? All right, bring it back up so you can see me. All right, good. Now that we got the hard part out of the way, let's go to calf raises and front toe raises. Okay, these are really good exercises to build the lower leg entirely. Okay, there's multiple muscles inside just the calf muscle and the lower part of the leg. So we want to make sure we're keeping a good eye on that. Okay, so you can see me. Put the camera down, put it down a little more so you can see my feet. Okay, notice my feet are together. Okay, not out here, they're together. Okay, together. All right, so now what we're going to do is raise the heel. Okay, so the heel is the back. It's the back. Okay, we're close to your ankle. Okay, and then the toes are in the front. So we're going to do variation, which means we're going to add multiple in there, which is raise the heel first and then raise the toes. Raise the heel and raise the toes. Raise the heel, raise the toe. Okay, so and now how you count that is you're going to count when you raise your front. So raise the heel, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so that's how you're going to count that. Always make sure deep breathing is perfect for that exercise there. Okay. All right. So hopefully you're catching along. Feel free to leave comments if we're moving along too fast. Always good feedback is important. Okay. Now the good part that no one likes because they make you work hard, but you got it. Okay. All right. So you're gonna stand up. And now, if you have a hard time standing up, don't worry about performing this exercise again. If it works for you a little better, I'm going to show you 2 parts of the squat. Okay, so the first part of the squat is going to be standing up. Right. Notice I'm using my hands, the side of the chair to lift myself up, going around the chair and behind the chair. Okay? So always make sure when you're doing squats, make sure your toes are pointing forward and use your feet to be at least hip width apart. Okay? Now, if you can't do hip width apart, do shoulder length apart. Okay? Me, I prefer shoulder length apart because it's just better the way the mechanics of my body works. Okay? So I'm going to go down, all right? Down to down, down, down. Okay, don't do that. All right. So I'm going to go down here and back up. Down here and back up. So you want to use this chair because it's going to be a brace, right? We need a brace to make sure that we're not going to fall over. In the senior community, our older active community, there's a lot of issues with falls. So we want to make sure we're doing this safely, okay? So we're going to go down here and then up, down here, and then up, okay? Now, if you're really athletic and you're feeling really good about yourself, which you already should, make sure that you use maybe one hand or 2 fingers on each side, or even down to 1 finger, okay? All right, so let me show you what that looks like. 2 fingers, I'm going here, and then back up. 1 hand, here, and back up, okay? Perfect. Now, that's the first part. That's the first part of the squat, okay? Now, if you can't do the squat behind the chair, make sure you'll be able to get up out of your chair. That's really important in our older active community, is getting in and out of the chair. They're called chair sit to stand, okay? That's going to be a whole another workout in itself. Be tuned and prepare for that, okay? So what you're going to do is make sure your feet, always check where your feet are during every exercise. Make sure your toes are pointing forward, okay? And my feet are hip width apart in the chair because it's going to be hard for me to get out of the chair standing shoulder length apart, okay? So, hip width apart, okay? Now I'm using both my hands to help push myself out of the chair that I'm standing in. That's a squat too, okay? But there's chair sit to stand. Same as a squat. Besides with the squat, you may go either lower or not at all, depending on your athleticism. So we're going to stand here, up, down, and then up, okay, and down. Now, if you don't need the chair to stand up, arms go across the chest, and you stand straight up. Okay, stand straight up. Make sure you're keeping your back straight as possible. Remember, always working on posture. Head needs to be up, not up like this. Straight forward, keep your back straight, chest poking out, okay? Up. All right, good, nice work. Okay, now that we've been through that, now we can kidding. Okay, good. So, and kickbacks. Okay, these are called leg kickbacks, aka glute kickbacks. Okay, so you're gonna stand behind the chair again, right? You're gonna stand behind the chair again, and you're gonna kick your leg back. Let me show you. Okay. Now for this one, let me go ahead and show you those squats too. Turn to the side. Okay. So the squat is here. This is what it looks like. Here. Okay. Now, this is a glute kickback. Okay. You want to make sure, because the glute kickback always works on balance too. So you want to make sure your foot's straight. So keep one leg forward and the other leg slightly back. Okay. You want to brace yourself on the chair. Notice in the camera, I'm about a 45-degree angle. Okay. That's where you want to be, and you want to lean over and you want to kick your leg back. Okay. Toe taps where the heel is, and you raise that leg. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. Now that we're done with that side, we switch sides. Okay. So now my other leg is forward. Okay. Notice I'm still at that 45-degree angle here. Okay. So here, and then you're going to kick back, and kick back, and kick back. Okay. All right. Those are the glute kickbacks. And that completes our exercises for today. Again, I said in the beginning that was 5, but I got to challenge you, that's 6. All right. I know you guys got this. Keep working hard, and you got it, okay? Again, Coach Manny, Strong Arm Training. Remember to look in the beginning of this video to make sure you're doing the stretches, okay? Always stretch before and after. Again, 6 to 8 ounces of water every 10 to 15 seconds. All right, and enjoy. Make sure you're staying up on your food intake and your protein intake to make sure you recover okay? And then do 3 sets of 10 repetitions. So 1 set would be all those 6 exercises, okay, and 10 times each exercise. So in the end, you'll do 30 repetitions of each exercise, okay? So it'll be, 1 set would be 10, go to the next set, be 10, go to the next set, 10, okay? All right, you got this. Keep up the good work. Again, subscribe, follow, and stay blessed, okay? All right, see you.